Hey everybody, it's Matt from Junior Horror Movies, and guess what? We're going to do another Top 10 Tuesday. Yes, I haven't done a Top 10 in a while. It's been a month or so. Of course, I was doing the 31 Days of Horror and doing the contests and everything. So now I'm trying to get back to the Top 10s. Some of it's been a little bit challenged because there's ones I've already done before and I want to do them again, but kind of pointless. So decided, let's try a little easy for now. Then I'll start figuring out some other cool lists. So I did my top 10 favorite movies that begin with the letter L. Yeah, I know I did E before, and I actually did it twice. I didn't realize I did E twice. But this time I'm going to do the letter L. It was a random letter that popped up, and L it is. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Number 10. Again, these are my favorite ones that I like to watch over and over again. So they're not the top ones at all, but that is Locusts, the Eighth Plague. This is, of course, the Sci-Fi Channel movie about mutated killer locusts. This one was they were scientists making these locusts to kill other bugs. They wouldn't touch the crops or anything, so these were designed to kill other bugs. But unfortunately, there was a breakout. And of course, the locusts got out and started eating people. They have a natural taste to eat anything and everything in their way. And of course, this town is in the way. There's a fair happening. There's a bunch of other reasons why the locusts just go to town on people. It's a lot of fun, good gore, a lot of blood. Got some bad CGI moments, but there's also a lot of practical effects in here too. But it was a lot of fun. I recommend Locust the Eighth Plague. If you can find it cheap, get it because it is out of print. So that's number 10. Number 9 is another fun Sci-Fi Channel movie that is called Larva. Larva is about a meat company working on a different type of grain so it can give better burgers for everybody. Well, this excuse me, this grain was genetically altered, and the larvae inside have begun to mutate. So whatever's inside, they start to grow big. And of course, people are digesting the burgers, and you can see the larvae moving around in the burger meat. First comes out of the cows, and now it starts coming out of people. And of course, the town is infested with these kite-like looking things. They're just wrap around you and devour you. I love this one. This one's a lot of fun. I remember first seeing it on Sci-Fi, and of course I had to buy it. Larva, great little flick. If you've never seen it, again, I recommend checking out Larva, especially if you don't mind bad CGI. I can't get enough of it for some reason. As long as it's good, bad CGI. So, yeah. 9. Number 8 is the Lumberjack Man. This is a new slasher. It was one of the After Dark Horror Fest later on movies. They were all burned on demand, and they're expensive. I don't know. I don't understand why they're so expensive. They're like $20 to $25. I found the Canadian version for less than that, way less than that. It was like under maybe $5. There's like one left on the eBay, and I picked it up. But this is a region-free DVD, still put out by Anchor Bay, but this is the Canadian release. And of course, the Lumberjack Man, he is a demonic lumberjack whose formula for his pancake mix was stolen. So he comes back to a camp where it's like a religious, godlike camp, and starts taking out the counselors left and right. Oh, it's so fun. So many bodies are getting brutally murdered and split and killed, pretty much. So the body count's high. The lumberjack guy itself looks pretty badass. He looks pretty buff and freaky. His backstory is pretty funny with the whole putting the blood on these giant pancakes. And once the pancakes are finally fulfilled, he gains like superpowers. I don't know. It's really weird, but it's a lot of fun. I highly recommend The Lumberjack Man. Fun flick. Number 7 is Life. This is going to be my top 10 of this year because I really enjoyed Life. Jake Gyllenhaal, Ryan Reynolds, Rebecca Ferguson are in this. Pretty much they find life on Mars. They find this organism. Of course, they bring it back to their space station to study and test it. Well, fun for their testing, the alien thinks it's being attacked and starts going after the crew members. And come to find out, this alien organism was responsible for, I guess, all the life lost on Mars, supposedly. There was supposed to be life there before, and this thing just eradicated everything on Mars. So now they're trying to protect Earth without this monster coming to Earth. It's kind of like a little bit of an alien ripoff, a little bit, but the alien itself is really cool. It's like this little blob-like creature that can have weird grow tentacles and strangle you and get inside of you. And it shows like its next stage. It's got this weird like skull-like face. And I thought the creature looked pretty cool on it. So I highly recommend checking out Life from this year. 6 is the Americanized Let Me In. Let Me In, both this one and you'll see later on the foreign one, great vampire flick. This one is about, boy's name is Oscar, and I think that's what his name is in the Americanized too. Because they changed some things around. But anyway, the little boy is being picked on by people, and of course he befriends this young little girl. It's about his age. Kind of find out she happens to be a vampire. We don't know how long she's been a vampire, but it's been a long time she's been a vamp. And starts, feeding on local members and everything. And she befriends the little boy. And pretty much, he kind of knows what she is, and he doesn't care. And she realizes, you can't be around me. And she doesn't care. But they start developing this bond. It's really good. A really atmospheric flick. Definitely check out both versions of Let Me In and Let the Right One In, which I'll be showing you a little bit. Followed by is Late Phases, Night of the Lone Wolf. This is kind of a very cool, interesting take on a werewolf film. Yes, you have a blind war vet named Ambrose McKinley. He has been moved into this community and doesn't want to be there and everything. Come to find out, his neighbor's attacked and murdered. They think it's all an animal, but he thinks it's something else. Since he has other heightened senses, he can smell and hear different things. He knows that there's a werewolf. So he pretty much has to use the phases of the moon to indicate when the next change of the werewolf will be. So he's kind of trying to figure out who the werewolf is by that time and stop the werewolf. Actually, really well done. I liked how Late Phases became. The werewolves look awesome. Great storyline. If you've never seen it, that's another one. Highly check out. Number 4. Good old Lost Boys. Yes, from the 80s. That one song that will stick in your head forever. Lost Boys is a fantastic vampire flick from the 80s. Can't say anything bad about it. And no, Zach, it's not a girl flick. Great cast, great kills. I can't say anything bad about Lost Boys. If you don't know anything about Lost Boys, you need to go out and see it. The sequels are, they're kind of hit or miss. I don't mind part 2. Part 3 was kind of rough, but I found it on a triple pack, and they have all the special features. So you know what? I'll just deal with it and have them all on the 3-pack to save some room. All right, number 3 is, of course, the Let the Right One In. This one is the... Where's it from? I forget where this is from here. This is the foreign version. Oh, fuck. I don't remember where this one's from. But anyway, again, this is the foreign version of Let Me In. This one was first. Again, same storyline, same premise, same young girl vampire, friendship, bonding. Great. A little different from Let Me In in little aspects, but both of these should be owned in everyone's horror collection. As I knocked my phone over. So sorry about that. Yep, Let Me In. Number 2 is Let Us Pray. This one is an Irish horror film. When I first saw it, I fell in love with it. This one I think is from 2015 or 2016. Nope, try 2014. Pretty much what this film is, you have this young woman cop. She's new, and she is with these other cops, and of course they bust her balls and everything. Well, they end up arresting this one loner. They don't know who he is and everything. He causes a car accident, and while incarcerated in this small jail, things start happening with everybody. Their dark secrets are coming out. People start turning. They start becoming more evil or showing their true sides. All their hidden secrets are revealed, and what the stranger is happens to be something more darker, more evil. Great ambiance. This one blew me out of the water when I watched it. I've seen it several times. Highly recommend checking out Let Us Pray. Great atmospheric horror from Ireland. And my number one from the 80s is, of course, Leviathan. I love this movie. This one's pretty much like Alien, but underwater. This company, part of a drilling... No, they're building a missile silo. No, that's Deep Blue Sea. Deep Star 6. Whew. This one is the mining facility. Wow. And, of course, they come across this sunken ship called the Leviathan. And, of course, one of the guys sneaks aboard and he steals a bunch of shit. They open up the safe, and of course there's like a bottle of vodka. They kind of steal the vodka. Well, the vodka has been genetically altered, and of course starts turning a couple of the members into this underwater alien monster, and it starts turning on everybody. It starts killing them off one at a time. So it's kind of like that alien aspect, but of course it's underwater. Freaking love Leviathan, and from, I think this was 88. This is when a bunch of the underwater sea movies were happening. Like this movie, Deep Star 6, The Abyss. Like all those were all happening at once. So definitely check out Leviathan. Scream Factory did a fantastic edition of this. This is the reverse cover art, and I like this reverse cover art. I thought this was pretty sick looking by Scream Factory. So yeah, guys. Again, that is my top 10 Tuesday for this week for movies to start with the letter L. I haven't been doing it in a while, so I'm kind of a little rusty, as you can tell. A lot of oopses. So again, thanks very much for watching. Let me know what you think. If there's any other films I should check out, let me know in the comments down below. Later, guys. Deuces.